Morning, guys. We're still in Revelation chapter 3, and we're looking at the church in Sardis. And we just read last time that they appeared to be alive, but they were dead, which is very sad. But some of them hadn't soiled their garments, some of them haven't been tainted by the world. We finished with that. And then he goes on to say in verse 5, "He who overcomes will thus be clothed in white garments." And so 4 times in chapter 2, he uses this word, "he who overcomes." And so here again in chapter 3, "he who overcomes." There is always a call for us to persevere, always a call for us to be overcomers. And God has given us all things to overcome. In fact, in Christ we are overcomers. And so we need to persevere to the end. And that's a call to every believer, is to keep on keeping on. Though the times get hard, though the temptations are real, though the persecution is real, keep on keeping on to the end. And then your result will always be the glory. He talks about in chapter 2, you'll receive the bread of life, you'll receive the crown of righteousness, you'll be saved from hell, it talks about. And here it says, you'll be clothed in white garments. And so the white garments is a pure garment, it's righteousness, it's garments that are not tainted by any sin. So you'll be absolutely pure, free from sin, free from pain, free from all temptations forever and ever. And he goes on to say, "And I will not erase his name from the book of life." And some folk will use this verse to say that your name can be removed, but it says clearly, I will not. It says in the negative. And so if you persevere to the end, and you are saved, and your name is written in the book of life, and that name gets written, as it says in the end of Revelation 20 to 22, that your name was written before the foundation of the world, and your name has to be written in that book of life in order for you to go to heaven. And so if your name is written, and you make it to the end, your name will not be blotted out. It's an absolute security of knowing that you will be with Jesus and you'll be saved forever and ever. So it says there from the book of life, "And I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels." And so Jesus will be the intercessor, and because it's his blood that has cleansed us, the Father will no longer pour any wrath on us, because we'll be absolutely righteous, absolutely clean, absolutely bright, clothed in those white linen, the same clothes. If you look at the picture of Jesus in chapter 1, and that shining glory of that white garment, and so he clothes us in that white garment, as even though we don't deserve it, he clothes us in that white garment, and he will save us right to the end. And then he says, like he often closes the letters to the churches, "He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches." And so we need to take these words seriously, mustn't just listen to them, but actually examine our hearts. Are we in Christ? Is our name written in the book of life? Are we persevering, or are we giving in? Are we falling back? Because if we are falling back and we're not overcoming, we need to actually ask ourselves, is that name really written in the book of life? Because it's a desire not only for my heart, but God says he wants everyone to be saved. So he wants everyone's name to be written in the book of life. So I trust you have a wonderful day. God bless.